Welcome to the Finish Strong, Shine Forward Challenge. I am Kim Coles and I am joined by
Dr. EJ Johnson.
Can you tell that we were excited? We were actually bopping to the beat as we started this. You didn't see us each bopping our heads behind the scenes because we're bopping our hearts for what's about to happen over the next 3 days. So this is the Finish Strong, Shine Forward 2025 Reflection and 2026 Elevation Challenge, hosted by me and EJJ, that's my name for him. And what you're going to expect or what you're going to experience is a celebration or a reflection and celebration on 2025, because 2025 was real interesting. That's the word I would use, is real interesting for many of us or for most of us. And but that doesn't mean that it's not worthy of celebration of all of it, celebration and reflection of all of it. And that's what part of what this challenge is about. And then we'll move into preparing ourselves for a great 2026. And you can actually start now to prepare for a great new year and elevate in all the ways that you desire to do so. Right, EJ?
Right. Right.
Okay, so let me introduce myself. Hands-free. EJ is going to produce the slides for me right now until I take over. In case we haven't met, my name is Kim Coles. I am an actress, comedian, author, speaker, coach, and I'm an intuitive coach. I really do work with the divine to help my clients and customers and my audience. I've been in this Hollywood game for about I'm walking into my 41st year full-time as an actress, comedian, and speaker. And later I became an author and coach. And I just love doing this work. I love using my gift and activating my gifts in all the ways that the Creator encourages me to do so, and helping you do the same. I'm a 5-time best-selling author. I became a publisher about 4 years ago because I wanted to use my platform and my gift even further to help you illuminate your gifts in the world. I love helping women and a few very smart men come along and sharpen their message and prepare their movement to be shared with the world. I love to turn stories into books, into talks, into content, into all the things that you can a story is a movable feast, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, how you can make it become, it's malleable. It's like Play-Doh. Your story is like Play-Doh, the Play-Doh of life. You like that? Write that down. I'm gonna write that down, use that later on. And I do teach presence and confidence and how to use your authority, how to step into your authority and your leadership. And I've helped over 90 authors become bestsellers. EJ, tell them who you are.
Who am I? I'm behind that. So I'm Dr. EJ Johnson, and I am a coach, consultant, best-selling author of the book Transformation CEO, and host of the Daily Wisdom series on Instagram and all the platforms. And also, I just want to say that I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to show up with the gifts and talents that the Creator gave me and be able to help others highlight, accentuate, and expand their gifts, their skills, their talents. And if I could just be a small contribution to that, then I am doing what I came here to do. And so there's a lot of other things that I do, like AI technology and helping small businesses and coaches and healers take what they do and be able to shape that in a way that people can identify it and recognize it for themselves and spread their messages. There's a lot of other things that I bring to the table, but ultimately I'm here to be of service during this 3-day event and support you in getting what you want for 2026. So
nice. Thank you. By the way, when EJ and I met, he helped me do that. I just said on a live stream just a second ago that he is the king of helping you build the empire that you desire to build. And so it's everything from the spirituality piece of it to the actual execution of it out in the world. And so I love partnering with him as a partner and love partnering with him on this 3-day experience. And so just so you know, you will be spending 3 days with us.
Yes.
And
Yes, 3 days. And I keep moving the slide too fast.
it's
But I
okay.
want to say, before we go into the rest of this, everybody, wherever you are right now, except if you're driving or operating heavy machinery, just close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and just be fully present here. Like, this is your time. We're kind of guiding the way, but this is really your time to connect with you. And so just get present to your breath. Just forget about everything that happened before you got here. And don't worry about anything that you know that has to happen when you leave here. The present moment is all that there is. And I just want to say that because we're super excited and I know our energy is like big and you got a lot of stuff that you've been dealing with today, but we really want you to just get present to what we're here to do, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. Over the 3 days of this challenge, we're going to talk about harvesting the good, the ripe, like tilling the soil of 2025 for all the goodness that it has laid before us. And sometimes that goodness didn't look like goodness in the moment, but we're going to till it and we're going to harvest it for the goodness that we can unearth out of it. That's what we're working on today. Tomorrow, we're going to release and recode any of those little nagging, lack, limitation, doubt, fear, worry, guilt, all of those things that work against us. We're going to release that. We're going to release that and we're going to reshape that into something that we can totally use to create and set us up powerfully for 2026. And then on the third day, we're going to cover our blueprint, the blueprint for just one 90-day chunk. We're going to really solidify what that blueprint looks like and how that blueprint aligns with the bigger vision for ourselves and our lives. And then we're going to move that into a place where we can go into action. So we go into action in 2026, like clear, focused, aligned into action for 2026. So that's what we're up to for these 3 days that we're together. And I know that I can speak for Kim when I say we're grateful and we're really honored and grateful and happy that you chose to spend this time with us. Right, Kim?
Right. Thank you. I needed that deep breath because I was going to go like, brrr. So that was for me as much as it was for all of you. So yeah. This was you.
This is what I said. A little bit of recap of what I just said, which is what we're talking about tonight, is harvesting the truth out of 2025. And no matter what your 2025 looked like up till this point, no matter what happened or didn't happen, or maybe it didn't shape up the way you thought at the end of 2024, and maybe it looked a little different, no matter what, there's still useful transformational content. There's still useful lessons and experiences that we could take from 2024. And that's what we're all about tonight. It's all about looking at 2024 and really identifying those things that are powerful. So we want you to know that this is a safe space. Like, this is your space. We're here to be with you. We want you to feel free to chat in the chat. We'll try to keep up with it. It's just Kim and I tonight running the show, so we'll try to keep up with the chat as much as we can. But we want you to know that you should take the time. That means silence everything. Take this time for you to get what you can out of this, to get what you need, what you want, what you desire out of this experience. You're not required to share. This is not that type of experience. We're really going to give you a lot of information for you to work on tonight, but for you to also take and continue to expand upon and work on. The work doesn't just end with what we do tonight. It goes and lives with you, right? And we want you to know the other thing is that there is coaching available. So if you want to be coached, you feel like coaching is something that would help you take it to the next level, we're here for it. Kim and I both host the Story and Stage community. Immediately after every session of every 3 nights, we are doing an intimate live Zoom coaching session with all of the members of the Story and Stage community. You can become a member if that is what you choose. And we want you to know that that is available. We'll put up a link at the end to show you how to get access to that, so you can get access to the Zoom link and then join us immediately after coaching if that's what you'd like. And as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show you right now. You can scan the QR code at the top. That will take you over to Story and Stage. You can get registered on the calendar. The Zoom link is there for you to join us if you feel coaching is something that you want to partake in. Tonight's intentions is to identify your 2025 wins and to name the challenges honestly, because it's not about just avoiding or spiritual bypassing or whatever people call it now and looking only to the good, although it's kind of fun to stay on the good side all the time. But we really want to look at those challenges, because guess what? That's where our biggest exponential growth lives, right? If we could get those challenges and master them, then we don't have to repeat them. So we're going to be looking at that as well. We'll recognize your growth areas, identify the repeating patterns, capture those key lessons, right? Because we don't want to repeat them. So let's go ahead and gain mastery around those lessons that pop up. And then we're going to shape, Kim is going to help us shape those for our 2026 story. And we'll do a little bit of reflection. I think, Kim, this is your speed now. So I'll turn it back over to you.
Turn it over to me. All right. So I did say share this with others if you feel compelled to do so. But share only in the comments if you feel compelled to. So there you go. So let's do a little framework, a little reflection. Share with you the reflection framework. Oh, that makes it really tiny, EJ, even though my glasses are on. Let me make myself really tiny. So when we share, it's really nice to have a framework for your reflection. You could just go like, okay, what happened? So what happened? And then what happened? And then what happened? But we want to share this framework with you that will just sort of take you through the flow and get you sort of touching base on all of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all the touchstones, so to speak. So first of all, what worked? What were your wins and successes, the moments of flow, the moments that were just like, oh, this was amazing. Yay. This is what worked. Maybe it was something that you had put in plan and it went swimmingly well the way you wanted it to, or maybe some sort of some delicious outpouring or downfall, or I shouldn't say downfall, or free fall of luck or blessings, or something you weren't even expecting just landed in your lap. So what worked for you? Then the second touchstone I would say here would be what didn't work. What were some of the challenges, the disappointments, and the struggles? And like EJ just said, this is not about bypassing, like, I don't want to even look what didn't work. It's like kind of important to look and go like, what challenges popped up? What were the disappointments? What were the struggles that I was faced with, or that even I caused myself with love? Sometimes we put the brakes on and we have to go, that was me, and I'm clocking it. I'm clocking it. Not clocking it like the girls do, clocking it. Is that what the young people do now? It's really about awareness. Like what didn't, without judging it, the challenges that came up, the challenging people that showed up, no judgment, just what was, what is, what showed up. The next one to look at is, how did you grow? What was the evidence of expansion or evolution? And this is a big one, because I think a lot of times something happens And we don't stop to look at like, oh, wow, that stretched me and that's a good thing. Or that's a great aha. I call them ahas and oh snaps. Like, oh, okay, I know what that is now. I may not know what to do with it, but I see you. I see that I grew. I see that there was expansion. I see that there was evolution, movement, right? The next one to touch on is, what are you proud of? What achievements just deserve your yay me? Pat myself on the back. Yay me. I did that. I'm really proud of that. Even if you're proud of how you reacted or didn't react to something, you get to claim that as one of your celebration moments. Like, there's someone who speaks to me the way they speak to me, and this time I didn't let it rattle me. Usually I react. This time I let it roll past me. What? Celebrate that, because that awareness is powerful. And it's also how you expand. The next one is, what must be released? Let me take myself out of the way so I can read. What must be released? What are you ready to let go of? What are you saying, that doesn't serve me anymore? There might be people, places, and things you go, we're no longer aligned, and I can love you and send you off. I used to reference, send you off to the cornfield. Off you go to the cornfield. That's my Twilight Zone reference for those who are old enough to remember. I'm going to bless you into the cornfield. It's just, you came into my life for a reason, a season, and that has been fulfilled. And now, thank you, and off you go. I see someone here saying you did grow a little this year. That's great. Every bit makes a difference, and to celebrate that and to notice that and call it what it is beautiful. I think that also is the way how we call more of it in. Like, I grew a little this year. That means there's more room to grow next year. The next touchstone here, the next lens that we can look through is, what did I learn? What wisdom can I carry forward? Like, got it. I don't know if you're like me. I've lived on this earth for almost 64 years. And some things it took me almost 64 years to learn. I can go, finally, I got it, locked in. The wisdom is now locked in. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have a space for it to grow too, or wisdom that you experience and now you get to activate it over and over and over again to really strengthen it and make it grow. But to just go, I got it. Wisdom I learned. Wisdom I see it. I get it. It's locked in my bones. That's yours for the keeping. And so I just wanted you to have this framework, these 6 ways that we can look at our year, look at what happened this year, what worked, what didn't, how did you grow? Thank you. How did I grow? What are you proud of? What must be released? What I learned and what worked. And by the way, if there's any point where I'm going too fast, worry not. We're going to leave the replay up. You might want to come back and spend some time on this. These are really powerful questions to go through. And every time you ask yourself the question, you might even want to go through this, today or tonight, and then rest on it. And then maybe this weekend, take it out again and look at it again and go like, is there anything else that I'd like to review and reflect upon? Ooh, we're filling your bucket with goodness. All right. So why don't we harvest your year? This is when we look at all of the moments and we just put these moments into our basket. When you go and harvest, I'm not a gardener. I should be, because I think I would like it. Just to go and harvest, just to go pick the what I grew throughout the year. I think I would like it. Put some sunscreen on and go out in the apple orchard and just collect all the apples that I planted way back when. This is what we're going to do. Harvest our experiences. Harvest every moment, whether it was a yummy or yucky, as I like to call it, whether it was joyful or painful, whatever is preparing you for what's next. And I think when we look at it through the lensing of everything, I always say everything that has happened to you has happened for you. If you look at it through that lensing, it just takes the sting off of the painful stuff. I think it's like, well, that happened for a reason. What am I here to learn? And even the joyful moments, like, okay, that happened. What did I do in order to receive the moment of joy that came for me? And how can I repeat that over and over and over as much as possible? Okay. Reflection prompt number 1. What are 3 to 5 bright wins from 2025? By the way, side note, I wore a crown ring to match the crown that was on this slide. Thanks, EJ. EJ made this slide. I thought I would just, be in congruency. Is that a word? Congruency, be in alignment. What are 3 to 5 bright wins from 2025? You can take your time here. Like I said, you can come back and look at this. Let yourself remember, reflect, and just let those beautiful moments wash over you. What clicked? What made you feel proud? When did you know you were on the right path? These wins are evidence of your capability and your courage. Here's the thing. I know that all of the moments of life, the yummy, the yucky, the joyful, and the painful, wouldn't come to you if you were not able to manage them. Have you ever had something amazing happen? You go, oh, wow, why did this happen to me? How did I get so lucky? It's yours. It's yours because you can handle it. The Creator meant for you to have that. And have you ever had some moments you're like, Lord, why is this happening to me? Why me? And the way to look at it is to go, why not me? I was meant to transform this. I was meant to transmute the pain or the difficulty or the challenge uniquely given to me because I'm the one that's supposed to figure this out. And if you really want to take it to the next level and build the empire that EJ and I were talking about a minute ago, it's help other people with it. It's happened for you so that you can then share it with other people. So you look at the wins. And here's some definitions of wins in case you go, oh, well, what else can it be? Like a moment that just felt great, or an emotional win, right? Healing, peace, joy, compassion, self-compassion, emotional regulation. I brought that up a second ago because that's one for me that was huge this year. A few things happened. I was encountered with someone and I would react every time in a way that was hard for me emotionally. Like, they're driving me crazy. They're whatever, fill in the blank. And I remember the day that I was like, and I will not react to your foolishness. Today is the day that you don't get a reaction out of me. And I was like, ooh, look. And while I was in conversation with the person on the inside, I was like jumping up and down like, oh yeah, okay, you didn't get that out of me. You got nothing. You got compassion. You got love. I've pushed love back at you. But what you're not going to get is me being balled up on the inside, because that doesn't serve anything. So emotional wins. There are relational wins, deeper connections, boundaries set, reconciliation, new friendships. Maybe you have some spiritual wins. Maybe your faith got deepened. You found an alignment. Your intuition is honored. Your surrender has been practiced. Woo! You could spend a whole year on that alone. Right? I said on a live stream a few minutes ago, I'm coming out as somebody who is highly intuitive. And especially when I'm coaching, it's so fun. When I'm coaching with someone, it's like I've invited the divine in, or the divine says, get out the way, Kim Coles. I got something I need you to say to this person for me. Come on now, get out the way. I get myself out of the way and let the message come through. Those are spiritual wins for me and the client. And the divine saying, thank you, you're doing what I sent you there to do. So you get to celebrate the spiritual wins. You get to celebrate the business wins. Did you launch something? Did you collaborate with somebody? Did you get more visibility, more impact, more clients that you got to work with? I'll say I had no idea that doing the Reliving Single podcast would give me the opportunity to meet Michelle Obama. That was not on my bingo card for 2025. I'd like to meet Michelle Obama and Craig, her brother. That would have been really nice. Like, oh, that's a bucket list thing. I had no idea that the Reliving Single podcast, which was a great experience, it goes in the win pile. It created a whole nother win. I got to hug Michelle Obama. Come on now, I'm not bragging. Capricorn, she's a Capricorn like me. It was a wonderful experience. That's a business win. That's a spiritual win. That's an emotional win. That's all the wins. Maybe you had some creative win. Did you complete a project? Did you start drawing again? Did you start needle pointing again? Right? I didn't finish my new blanket that I'm crocheting for my grandbaby, but I will. I started crocheting again. What? Maybe that's you. That's not me. I don't have grandbabies, but that would be on my list. Did you complete something? Did you express your voice in a way? Have you taken a risk? And maybe some financial wins. There's someone here, I won't call her out because she's in our story and stage community. She told us the other day, I will be debt free in 5 months. What? Financial win. She is on the path and she gets to wear that beautifully. Revenue goals. Did you pay some debt? Is debt about to be paid off? Did you make some investments? Did you cancel some subscriptions that you didn't need anymore? I'm going to raise my hand for that one. Abundance received, right? Yeah, she got to brag on with a bad self. Debt free, 5 months, on track, ready to go. That's a win. Happy to share. Happy to share. I'm happy that she shared that. Okay, that's your wins. So I see some that moving from my creative stage to the development stage of building my company is a bright win. That's right, Wesley. That is a bright win. Not just a win, a bright, shiny win. I love that. Congratulations. Congrats. Should we give every creation a reaction? Yes. Somebody else says the hardest lessons of 2025 is how to respond instead of react when the best response is no response at all. Shamika. I'm learning that because I have to respond. No. Sometimes no response is a great response. Or you respond when you have managed your emotions or when you can speak from a place of calm and peace instead of reaction. You serve no one that way. So let's take a look at the challenges. Prompt number 2. Let's get into the challenges. What stretched you? What challenged you? What disappointed you in 2025? Like, oh no. It's working my nerves. You get to claim that. Like, what? Oh man, I was expecting this and that happened. Okay, we get to look at it. This is where you get to be honest about what was hard. What were the moments that tested you? The disappointments that really hurt? The challenges that just felt impossible? With me, it's always technology. It's like, how am I gonna, I don't know how to, I don't know and sometimes I set it down and go, bye. Sleep on it and come back and figure it out. Or ask someone like EJ to help you or a team member. Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be worked that way. Have you ever found another way to do something like, oh, I found a way that I can do this? I love that. It's a disappointment, but it made it work. Just write without editing. Let the truth flow. And these challenges are not evidence of failure. They're evidence that you are living fully, risking deeply, and showing up boldly. That should be a t-shirt. Live fully, risk deeply, and show up boldly. Every challenge holds a gift. Everything that has happened to you has happened for you. I see some here being more obedient to God. I just told God 30 minutes ago, surrender is your word. Yeah, and I used to have problems with that. What do you mean surrender? What do you mean just give up? It's like, that's not what surrender is. It's let go. Surrender is allow. A lot of people talk about manifestation and how to call in the abundance that you want or anything that you want, physical or material or spiritual. The thing that people don't talk enough about is then you allow it. You put it out there and then you allow it to come. You allow it to be, allow it to manifest. And surrender is that. Staying consistent with exercising. Yeah, that can be a challenge. I get it, Danielle. I've had my moments with that. I stop and I start. I stop and I start. But calling it out, you go like, okay, I see you. You disappointed me. I'm aware. And now I have the power to change it should I choose. All right. So thank you all for sharing. Thank you all for sharing. Prompt number 3. I love a good prompt. I'm doing the work. I should say I'm doing the work for you. I'm saying I'm handing it to you. So you just do the work. You just do the reflection. I love the prompt. Sometimes, but I love them for me because sometimes I can't always think of what I need to be thinking about. Does that make sense? Just like there's so much going on. There's so much living that we do. There's so much, going on in the world. There's so much, distraction, at least for me, there's a lot. And sometimes I'm like, well, how do I hone this in and what do I need to ask myself to get reflective? And so that's why, these prompts were created. So for you who maybe you need like a little prompting, a little bit of like what should I think about next? Well, let's think about growth. How did those experiences that we've talked about expand or strengthen you? And this is where I like to call the magic. So when you connect the challenge to the transformation, if everything that has happened to you has happened for you, then it happened for you and for your transformation. So, what new skills did you develop? What beliefs shifted or deepened? How did you surprise yourself? Isn't that a good one? I'm going to keep coming back to that moment where I was reacting. And the day I was like, I'm not going to react. I'm just going to sit still. That surprised me. I told you I was doing a happy dance in my head. Like, what did you just do? You did nothing. And it was effective. What strength did you discover? What resilience emerged? You know, a lot of times people talk about confidence and where confidence comes from. I really believe that confidence comes through resilience, through paying attention to what works and what works and being resilient with it and having a sort of a pattern of success with something. And you go, okay, wait a minute. Now this belongs to me. That is a key to confidence. I don't think it's from the outside. I think it's from the inside work that we do and watching ourselves show up over and over again in something, and even showing in one other area that you show up. Every time you show up, you receive a new insight, you have a new understanding, you get better at what you do. You can actually borrow the confidence from this thing that you do over here really well and go, wait a minute, I know how to do this, and it succeeds. Let me borrow some of that resilience, some of that stick-to-itiveness, some of that courage, some of that willing to learn over here, and then you end up getting confidence in this other area. So I was told to say that, and so that's for you. I told you I'd be getting hits from the divine. We know that growth is not always comfortable, but it is evidence of your evolution, and you get to clock it. You get to go, I see you, I feel you. And I think that's also what locks it in for you, what makes it real, right? What makes it real? This type of deep work makes it real so that then you have an even stronger foundation to stand on. Our hope, Dr. EJ, and our hope for these 3 sessions that we're doing, these 3 days, builds you such a strong foundation that you move into 2026 with, to use his word, velocity. You're going to be moving with velocity because you're building this foundation, by the way, that you've already built. You're just looking at your foundation like, wait a minute, my foundation is strong because I'm looking back with vision and with gratitude and with reverence at my growth, at all the pieces. Good. So this is a good one. Can I share this one with you? Reflection prompt number 4. And this is what I mean when I say, like, I wouldn't have thought of this if we didn't think of this to put this in this training. I don't always think about this one. Recognizing your patterns. What? That's it. I could tell you from living on this earth almost 64 years in January. Patterns. Patterns are your teachers. They show up again and again and again and again and again until you're ready to see them. They're always there. You got to see them, understand them, and then you can shift them should you choose. That way of always reacting to things, that's a pattern. I could go, I'm going to keep doing that. Or I can slow myself down and go, I don't want my stomach to hurt today. I don't want to go home and be mad at so-and-so today. I get to shift it. And whatever that is for you. What patterns? Maybe you noticed a pattern in your behavior, in your relationships, in your business decisions, and how you showed up or didn't show up in the world. What are the patterns? What do you repeat over and over and over again? Behavioral patterns. There's relational patterns. There's business themes, visibility patterns. What makes you hide? What makes you come out of your hidey hole? What makes you go back in your hidey hole? Just looking at it with compassion and no judgment, and looking at it through the lens of you get to decide if you want to change that. If that's a pattern that's healthy for you or something that you'd like to move beyond. I was taking a sip of water. Thanks, EJ. Move me to the side. So just take a look at your patterns. This is a good one, right? Isn't that? Oh, Danielle said, yeah, it's a good one. What are your patterns? What shows up over and over and over again? And let me give you this one too. I do this one whenever I'm teaching about the power of story. When my authors or author wannabes, my speakers or my speaker wannabes, my teachers and leaders, when you're looking for stories in your life, when you're looking for what should I share, there are certain universal themes that show up for all of us. And you in your life, you have received, or you'll see that there are certain patterns that show up. And we can go deeper in this, and I go deeper in this in the Story and Stage Society, which I'm going to tell you all about in a bit. But like, what shows up? What patterns show up over and over again? Like belonging, like love, like loss, like fear, like courage. When faced with something, you know how to exercise your courage muscle. And you may not even know the how, but you got the courage. Is that a theme that shows up in your life over and over and over again? For me, I'll claim belonging is one. I've noticed when I look at my whole life, my childhood, my everything, even becoming a comedian was because I wanted to belong. Becoming the funny girl in high school was because I wanted to fit in, not knowing that it would be a gift for me. Developing that muscle would end up being a gift that has gotten me everything that I am today. This is the beginning of everything. I just wanted to belong. I wanted to fit in. Don't tease me for being the fat girl. Don't laugh at me for being the fat girl. You're going to laugh with me because I'm making jokes. Da, 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 da. I belong now. I belong. I'm in with the cool kids or whatever it was. That's a theme for me. So tell me what some of your themes are. Determination. That means latika. When you look at your life, you go, oh, there's a recurring theme of determination, that I show up with my determination. It's going to get done. I'm going to see my way through. People will be served. I see discipline. Oh, I wish my theme was discipline. Can I borrow some of that? I know that it's not mine. I'd like some more of that, please. Right? And so look at life themes, things that show up over and over again that will help you with your patterns. Like, ooh, that's rearing its head again. What's that all about? I see you. And then you get to transform it in the way that makes sense for you. My desire for belonging has created, so there's one side of it, sort of the shadow side of it, like trying to, like, I want to be down. I want to be with the cool kids. I want to be in the cool club. Then transform the light side of it is connection. I look for ways I can connect to people rather than stay away, because I want us all to belong to each other. Does that make sense? And so look at your patterns, even the ones you might consider negative ones, and see how the shadow side of it shows up and how the light side of it has shown up and worked for you too. Okay, good. Another slide. Where are the slides? Thank you, EJ. So you get to look at your patterns. I got some more prompts for you. I don't even know if I'm on time or how we're doing here. Am I talking too much, talking too long? I hope you're getting time to, download these into your soul. I don't know if we told you all to bring a notebook and some paper. I got like paper from the copy machine. That's what I got. I got notes for my own show, for my own experience here, in case something comes through. So here's another reflection prompt. Your lessons. What are the wisdoms, the lessons that you carry with you into 2026? Like, got the lesson, got that wisdom locked in my soul. Got it. It belongs to me now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank me. And what wisdom do you want to share with others? That's the beauty. The lessons that come up for you in the hardest moments are often the most valuable. I bet you already know that. The lessons that are hard won. And I don't wish for you to have hard won lessons, but if you're going to have a hard won lesson, let it be the one that locks in the wisdom for you. Like, got it. This belongs to me now. Thank you. And now I get to decide how I want to share this with the people in my world, your children, your grandchildren, your coworkers, or to stand on stage and share that wisdom with everyone else. And I'm all about that. I want you to have that. And so what wisdom are you taking with you into 2026? So what I want to just sort of land here for us is that you're not behind, you are resourced. You are fully resourced. And what if you just take that on? Like, we think we're behind, we think we don't have enough, we think we're not there yet. I don't have this. Oh, this is not in place. I need to have the. But what if we just tap into source? You know, that's the root of what's going on in that word. You are fully sourced, and you can tap into source anytime you want. You don't even have to tap in. Source is already there. And when I say source, I do mean the creator. And you might say the creator, you might say God, you might say Allah, you might say the divine one, you might say the most high, however you language it. Remember, I'm the one that wants to belong. I don't know how you celebrate your faith, how you celebrate your connection. However you language, I'm going to go, yep, that's it. However you language it, it's source, and you are resourced. It's just say tapped in. Every experience, every lesson, every moment has been adding to your reservoir of wisdom and resilience and power. That's power, right? A lot of people look at power as like, who can I control and what can I do and who am I overlording? No, it's personal power and how you use that power. So you're not starting from scratch. It's not, oh, this year was, oh my God, it detracted from me. No, we're going to look at the ways that the year gave you everything you need so that you are fully resourced for 2026, and from whence you are starting your strength. All right. I'm going to look at some of the comments, I should say. I am enough and I am never alone. Woo, you are resourced. You are fully sourced. So why don't we do a little something here? And why don't we turn some of those experiences into what I call story gold? Your experiences are not just memories, they're currency. It's gold in the hands of a skilled storyteller. And by the time we're done with this call, you will be a skilled storyteller. Your 2025 journey becomes a powerful tool for connection, impact, and opportunity. And by opportunity, I really do mean your books, your speaking engagements, the organizations that you belong to already that you can now give so much more, the stages that you will speak on, whether it's, you know, live on all the social medias or live at your church or community center, right? Or the wisdom that you have. You know, I have one client who mentors. She didn't set it up that she's a mentor at work, but she's such a beautiful source of wisdom that the younger people in the office, you know, come and knock on her door and go, can I sit down and have a talk with you? And so she mentors them, and she gets to use her experiences to give them a leg up in the office. And she becomes like the office auntie. Maybe that's for you to do. Maybe that's for you. So I'm going to just quickly go and go through the story types overview. Let's just do, and this is not all the types. I can't give it all to you tonight. I don't want to, fire hose you. But if you just start with these, you're good. If you started with these and only did these, you'd be fine. There's more, but take these and enjoy. Not every story needs to be told in the same way. And depending on your message or your moment, this is some of the story pathways or the story, ways that you can tell them. I'm actually going to give you a structure in just a moment. Here we go. There's the transformation story. There's the classic before and after. You were one way, something happened, you became another way. Transformation. How did you transform? Right? And inspiring others to transform by looking at your transformation like, well, she can do it. If he can do it, then I can do it too, before and after. Then there's the rising story. It's the story of overcoming obstacles and reaching new heights. That every part of your journey was like sort of a step up a staircase. And sometimes you were pulling yourself up the staircase, and sometimes it became an escalator for a little while, but you were still rising to the top, rising until you came out on top. And sometimes you realize, oh, I thought this was the top. There's more to go. Okay, I'm going to keep climbing and keep climbing more and more. You're constantly rising. That's one way to look at your story. Like, how am I rising to the next occasion? And another version of a story type would be the wisdom story. Excuse me, let me just get this cough out. Knew I was going to talk too much. I'm talking too much, but this is what I'm here to do. So wisdom story. What was the lesson you learned? The insight you gained, the truth discovered. Something happened and it taught you something profound. And now that wisdom belongs to you. I was mentioning that a second ago. This is the story that positions you as the guide. Like, oh, I've got this. And now I've got this. And now I'm going to share it with you. By the way, this is the point where I always get the message to share that do not think that you have to have it all figured out. I think a lot of us wait until we think that we've got it all figured out. Like I got all the pieces in place. I understand every little bit of it. No, you can be 5 minutes ahead of the people that you're teaching. You can learn something, get it, and go, oh, I got it. I understand this now. Ooh, there's some people over there. Like I said, the mentor at work. She's the auntie at work. She's been living her life and been in this company for years and years and years. And now there are people coming to her like, now, has she been there 400 years? No, but she's been there long enough to teach what she knows. Now, in her case, it might be 20 years ahead, but for you, it might be 5 minutes ahead. Our lady who's a member of Story and Stage, who announced the other day that she's going to be debt-free in 5 minutes, in 5 months. Do you think that she could teach that to somebody else? Yes, she could. She didn't say she was a financial advisor. She didn't say she was preparing people's tax returns. She didn't say that she works at a bank part-time. She said, I'm going to be budget-free. I'm going to be debt-free, in 5 months. She could absolutely teach that to somebody who's not going to be debt-free for the next 3 years. You only need to be 5 minutes ahead of the people that you want to teach and share, and they will be so grateful for the lessons that you have taught them. You don't have to be the guru on the mountaintop. You can be the guide by the side, 5 minutes ahead. So I always like to share that. I always get a hit to share that at this time. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of tea. Oh, please. I see you, EJ. Yeah, you said stay to the end. Yes, we got surprises. We got things. So the reason why your story matters is because story creates connection, story builds authority, and story attracts aligned opportunities. And the reason why I'm such an advocate for this is because briefly, when Living Single got canceled, I wasn't working for a while. I was like, what am I going to do? I don't have a job and I'm shopping through all of my residual money. What am I going to do? And when I got clear that I had other gifts to share, and the way to share them was to share my story. And when people would go like, oh, wow, that's similar to my story. How did you manage to get through that? Mind you, I was only 5 minutes ahead of figuring out what the next step was going to be. I started teaching that through the power of story. And so this is the part of the presentation where I'm going to be really advocating for you not only to, not only for you to get clear on your own stories, get clear on your own stories, share them in a way that flows, which I'm going to share in just a moment, share them in a way that flows for you and flows for the audience that you will be talking to. And then you can create opportunities, or opportunities will come to you. Somebody will see your live stream on YouTube and go, I'd like to invite you to speak at my new empowerment summit that's coming up in the spring. Opportunities just by sharing your story. So that's why I'm really a passionate, lover of the power of story, because it creates the connection. It's built into our DNA. It's how we learn, how we connect, how we teach. It's how we see each other. It's how we see each other, and how it attracts great opportunities for you. How you can hang out your shingle as a speaker, right? And create even more of what I like to call the ripple in the pond. You share your story with others, and others see that it's possible for them, that change is possible for them. And so it does create for you those aligned, it allows those aligned opportunities. So let me give you a blueprint, and then we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Listen, there's more than one way to tell a story. Excuse me, let me just take some water. There's more than one way to tell a story. There's more than one way to craft a story. However, if you follow this blueprint, you won't go wrong. Now I can teach you how to add humor. I can teach you how to move things around, like start with the end and then come back to the thing and move the pieces around. But you follow this blueprint, you will kick out a perfect story every single time. Okay? Here we go. Scene, spark, struggle, shift, shine. If you can remember that, you'll be great. The scene, the spark, the struggle, the shift, and the shine. The scene is just that. Where are you? Where are you? Give us an understanding of where you are, what was happening in this moment. Set the scene for us. By the way, this is how movies are made. These are how books are written, stories are written. This is it. This is how your speeches are written. Now you'll wrap some other things in it, but you do this, you'll tell a powerful story. What's the scene? Where are you? Tell us where you are. Tell us what you're feeling. Then the spark, there's always something that happens that changes. Maybe there was a challenge. What changed something? There was a moment that became a moment that things were not as they were, or something that you noticed. There's like a little spark, a lot of uh-oh, or oh my, or ooh, okay, or something you notice or something you experience. The next piece of this is the struggle. And when I say struggle, struggle can be such a harsh word. It could just be a challenge. It could be a disappointment. It could be a realizing that, oh, this spark that just happened, that's not good. That is not good. Or that's not how I thought it was going to go. It's just a moment where you realize that the scene is changing. The spark changed it in some way or illuminated something. And the struggle is the moment that it went a little dark or went a little off, or you noticed something, or something for you to just consider, like a moment that's, wait a minute now. It's just the wait a minute now. What's the struggle? And then there's the shift. The shift is, how did you respond to that? What actions did you take or not take? What internal changes occurred? What was the transformation that you experienced? What's the okay. So this is flowing this way. I see where we are. I see something has changed. I got to decide I don't know, this is not going the way I want it to, or there's an obstacle here, or there's a moment I cannot. Something that deals with your humanity. And then the shift is, well, how did you manage that? How did you respond? What action did you take or not take? What internal change happened for you? This is a transformation in process. And sometimes you can't see it when you're in the middle of it. It's really nice if you can clock it, because you can move through it, I think, with more grace and maybe even with more velocity, because you go, I see what's going on here. I'm going to respond this way or that way. I get to choose. And then the last one is the shine. Well, where are you now? Right? What did you learn? What's the thing? What can you extract from the experience? And then the magic of the shine is, how do you illuminate that out into the world? How do you share that with everyone else so that they now can see it through new eyes or new experiences? The stories, you could do this with whether a story is big or small, or like I like to call it, a yummy or yucky. It can happen in an instant, or can happen over a year or over several years, because sometimes the stories shift and move, and, the struggle lasts longer than you want it to. And then you shifted and you had to learn how you were going to shift. And sometimes it happens in an instant. There's no time limit to any of this. So that's the blueprint. So how would you like to draft your own story seed right now? It's going to be your turn. Let's go through it. This is not coming up with something that's perfect, a perfect draft of any kind. This is really about just getting it down, getting it out. The thing we talk about in Hollywood, or writers talk about even, is just your first draft. Even sometimes your messy first draft. It really matters. Let's see some comments. This is starting to happen. However, I'm afraid of speaking in person. I'm hiding. This is encouraging. Yes, be encouraged. I got you. This is in the right place. I have a way of speaking that's warm and welcoming. Yeah, that's my secret sauce. Danielle is loving this. Oh, I'm glad the message is met for you. The guide, but the side. Guide on the side. That's a good place to be. All right, where am I? Good, there. That's where I am. So take yourself through this for just a few minutes. How about I demonstrate it for you first? What story was I going to tell? I had a couple lined up I wanted to share. All right. I haven't told the story a lot. The scene. It's probably about 1970 or so. My brother and I go to a private school. We're going to a private parochial, actually a Lutheran school. Very strict, very ordered, very, ordered environment. I think my mother and her wisdom, and I was becoming very sort of, what's the word I look for? Little sort of, because there's nothing wrong with being bougie. I became a little stiff. I was becoming a little stiff, and my world was, it was a beautiful world. My parents are and were amazing, but it was a very restricted world, I would say, is the word I would use. Very sort of a sheltered. That's the word. Very sheltered. School, great education, but sheltered. I think my mother in her wisdom was like, she's not getting enough balance. So I'm going to send her. I said, I want to go to Girl Scouts. And so she decided where I would go to Girl Scouts. And I went to a neighborhood in Brooklyn that, by the way, may be gentrified now. I don't know, because I haven't been back to this part of Brooklyn in a while. But it was called Bushwick. And Bushwick was a little spicy. Everybody talks about do or die bedside. Nobody talks about Bushwick. Bushwick, for a while there, got real, real rough. And that's where she sent me to Girl Scouts. Now, I see now the wisdom in this, but at the time I was like, why am I going to this completely different neighborhood to a completely different experience? What was awesome about it was that the Girl Scout troop was mostly Puerto Rican. Now, you live in New York, you encounter people from all cultures all the time. You're on the subway, on the bus with people, walking down the street with people from all places around the world. But I had not had a concentrated experience with the Latino community. So here I am in Bushwick at Puerto Rican Girl Scouts. And at one time, I was about probably 8 or 9 or something. There was a conversation that I had with one of the girls who looked white to me. And so we were talking about race. I don't know why we were talking about race in Girl Scouts, but there we were. And I thought she was white. And so I said, well, you're white, right? And she got very upset with me. Like, I am not white. I am black like you. And I was like, okay, little girl. She looked white. She had very, very light skin. She had long, straight, brown hair, like, sort of blonde hair, brown, I should say, hair. And I was like, she looked like a white girl to me. I didn't know the difference. I didn't understand. Like, no, I'm black like you. And I was so angry, like, stop saying you're black. And somehow an offer for a duel showed up. I don't know if she wanted to fight me or if I wanted to fight her. Certainly, I went to private school. I wasn't trying to fight nobody, but she was ready to kick my butt and I was ready to fight back. Like, how dare you say that you're black? Until she explained to me how Black people ended up in Puerto Rico. She knew the history that I didn't know about the slave trade, about how her people were eliminated. The Taino people were eliminated, the native people, the indigenous people, and how they brought in Africans to till the land, to dig for gold, to work on plantations. And that's how the people who were there blended with the African people. And she was very clear that in her lineage was some African blood. I'm glad she taught me that, because I would not have been very good at fighting her. And I went home and sort of confirmed that with my mother. And she was like, oh my goodness, we need to expose you to more stuff. Yeah, that's true. I understand now that this girl was looking for connection. She was like, I am your sister. I am not white or anything else. I'm of African blood, just like you are. And we got along just fine, and we became best friends while we're there, selling cookies or whatever we were doing, or, getting our badges for whatever. That a sisterhood was formed. And for me, even deeper, a connection to the Latino community, because now I understood how we were the same. And even deeper than that, it unlocked for me the desire to want to connect to everyone. So want to find out who you are, where you're from, whether or not you have African descent. Where are you from? Who are your grandparents? What language do you speak? What are some of your traditions? It created this curiosity for connection. Remember, I said a second ago that I'm always looking for belonging. When I discovered that day, that girl was saying, I belong to you and you belong to me. And I'm like, oh, I belong to everybody. I look for ways that we belong, right? I'm looking for that. And sometimes you go like, I don't know how we belong, but at least we're both human. Okay, good enough for me. And so that time unlocked that experience. And it's why I love, well, how can you not love Puerto Ricans and Dominicans? They're phenomenal people. I have 1,000 stories now of my connection to the Puerto Rican community and what was unlocked for me that day. Because she was like, I'm black like you, mommy. Nah, I'm ready to kick my butt. So I understood it. We didn't fight. There was no duel. And so that's a version of the story. So let me go back and show you what I did. I set the scene. I told you I was in private school and my mother was like, she's getting a little stiff. She needs some more experiences. I'm going to send her to the hood. I'm going to send her to Bushwick. A little spicy over there, but she'll be all right. As I'm sending her to a container of beautiful Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Black girls and the Girl Scout leaders who would lead me in a different and give me new experiences. What happened? She's telling me that she's Black like me. That was the spark. Like, what? We're all doing just fine until you tell me that you're just like me. The struggle I had was like, no, we're not. Don't you say that you're something that you're not. The shift was, oh, yes, I am the same as you. And this is how it happened. And the illumination and the education that came along with, this 9-year-old girl telling me how the transatlantic slave trade happened. What? I wasn't learning it in school, not yet anyway. And here it was getting a deep understanding of that. And the shift was, oh, wow, we are sisters. Oh, wow, everyone is my sister. And now the shine is how I move in the world. It's part of my value system that I'm going to look for the ways that we belong together. I did it this morning at the bank. I had to go to the bank. I asked a girl, like, where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from? And she told me that she was Armenian. Well, I know how to speak a few words. So I could speak to her barev. And when I left her, merci, like, how do you know this? Because I've asked other Armenians, how do you say hello? How do you say goodbye? How do you say, how are you? Russians, privyet, yalo blutibia. I know how to say, I love you in Russian. You say, I love you to a Russian. How do you know this Russian? How do you know this Russian? Aha, would you like some vodka? Listen, connection. I may not want any vodka today. I may not want any vodka right now, but yalo blutibia. It's incredible. It's my connection. It's my story. So you saw that I just did that. I'm just telling you a little story, but it leads to the shine in the end of how I love the power of connection and how you get to now in this. So let's say I was launching a program that was teaching people how to connect more powerfully. I would use that story as an example of how being connected to other people from other worlds or seemingly other worlds was actually a way of finding out more about myself in a way that I got to see the world in a more global way. And I could now teach a course on that if I wanted to. These stories are available in your life too, in your life experiences. It may not be the Puerto Rican girls from Bushwick, but there's something like that helped define who you are today that you could then teach to others. Does that make sense? Each one, teach one, Debbie Gibson. I can't read all the comments. They're coming in. So, scene, where are you? Where were you? What's the spark? What happened? What was the trigger? What was the moment, the event, what's going on here? May not even be something bad. Just like, what's this? What's going on here? Information, new information. What was the struggle? What was the challenge? Did you respond? How did you respond? Right? Did something happen internally or externally? What was the the journey to and through all of that? What was the shift? Who did you become? Where are you now? What's different as a result of this experience? Witnessing the shift and the struggle and the scene. And then what's the shine? What did you learn? What wisdom can you extract from this moment? Maybe your wisdom is, well, I'm never going back to there over again. That could be fine. Sometimes I think of the wisdom as the, oh, yay. Maybe it's the, no. And that's okay too. EJ's laughing in the background. That's good too. Haven't some of your best lessons be like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm treating everything like it's like I could teach that to other people. Sometimes I learned it myself. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the experience. I'm going to go on over here now. It's all good. How is this landing with you all? Let me know in the comments, right? I see you, Sandra. Yes, thank you, Latika. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what's next? Again, this story is a draft. It doesn't have to be perfect. One of the things that we do inside the story and stage, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a moment, is we then get ready for the world. Just let the truth flow. I'm going to show you that slide one more time in case you all didn't get that. What's the scene? What's the spark? What was the struggle? Or what is the struggle? Because sometimes we're still going through it, right? The shift and the shine. There you go. Doesn't have to be perfection. It's just a first draft. You know, in the business, we call it a crappy first draft. It's supposed to just be like, I don't even know what this is, but just blah on the page. Oh, and then we can shape it and move it around, make it something remarkable. So when you do this kind of work, you have transformed a moment into meaning. I don't know if you're like me. I'd be looking for the meaning and stuff. And the older I get, the more like, let me get the meaning, let me get the lesson, let me get the wisdom so I can move through more gracefully. I'm not going to even say faster, but I'm going to say more gracefully, and be very clear with all due respect that this is sacred work. This is the work that you came here to do. This unlocks the thing that you came here to do. I really think that God is like, oh, come on. I sent you there to do something. I need you to do the thing. God is like, oh, my me. Oh, my me. I sent him there to do something special, and he's not doing it. He's not doing it. Come on. I put that gift in you because you are the one to activate that gift and share it with others. That's where the meaning comes from. That's the sacred work. Everything that's happened to you has happened for you. So let's look back at what we've accomplished. You've reflected honestly. You've identified some growth. You've noticed some patterns. That's the one that gets me. And like, I do that all the time. Noted. That's the one that stops me in my tracks. You've extracted some wisdom. You've created a story seed. And you are prepared for day 2 because EJ is going to come up and through here. EJ is going to come up and through here and get you really looking at all of this in a way that now you get to reclaim what you want to do, or you get to claim and state what's true for the next period, the next year, the next moment, the next all of it. You get to celebrate yourself now. So I want everybody to celebrate yourselves right now for being here and being here with us. We created this. This was a brainstorm of like, we want to do this at the end of the year because we're going to do this for ourselves. So why not do it with some beautiful spirits here? I see Delanisha's here. Hello. We want to do this with you. And so if you'd like to go a little further, may I share with you a way that we can do this even more? Yeah, you're going to come tomorrow. And yeah, you're going to come the next day. And we're not going anywhere, but we have a container that we'd like to invite you to that actually we're going to go into right after we're done here. We're going to go into live coaching. So, yes, we're here on all the platforms, but we want to create like a sacred, safe container, so we can, set up our Zoom and I can get to see all your faces. I mean, not that this isn't sacred and safe, but if I want to hear some voices in the space, and I can't do that on this wide experience, but I can do this in a smaller experience. And so we have something called the Story and Stage Society. Now my picture's on the main page, but be very clear that EJ is an integral part of what we do and the way that we coach. It's support. It's a sacred support system whereupon you bring your ideas, you bring your lived experiences, and we help you shape them into powerful messages and content and the movements that you want to create. And like I said, his jam is helping you build the empire that goes with it. And we've been doing this for a while. So, when you join, there's actually classes in there that you can already watch, right? That are around mindset. I always get the name of this class wrong. EJ, you'll tell me. It's not. Remember that song, "Shake Your Money Maker"? It's like what your aunties used to say back in the day. You better shake your money maker. It's create your money maker. What is it?
It's create your money maker.
Okay, create your money maker, because I want you to monetize this magic. So we offer coaching, we give you practical tools and practice. Like, that story structure was just one of the structures that I love to teach. And then I teach you how to move the pieces so that it fits perfectly for you, and then share with you the ways that you can then activate it, right? There are accountability sessions, and we do challenges. And for 2026, I'm reworking it so that it's even more storytelling, more feedback. We did a challenge where I told everyone, go live. This is time to be visible. You got to go live 3 times this week, or 3 times or 2 times this week, and then post the video and let me share with you like what was awesome. And I love giving. What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying, there it is. Here's the.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there's the page. Story and Stage Society. I do something called High Teas, where I think once or twice a month we do. I make a cup of tea and I sit with you, and you bring your celebrations, you bring your stories, you bring your ideas, you bring your plan for the next. Yeah, these are classes that we've already taught, like the Elevate Your Life and the I'm a Money Magnet Amplified. So this is already in there. So you could join tonight. It's only $67 a month. I think it's $670 for the year. So we give you 2 months free, and you can go into the visibility victory. Like, go ahead and lock in right now, and consume right now until we meet again live. We have our schedule in there. Thank you, EJ, for showing all this, right? Oh, we've got day 1 challenge coaching happening in 18 minutes. So I only have 18 minutes to get off of here, get a fresh cup of tea, and be with you. I love to do the live training. The live coaching is my favorite part. So would love to have you. Oh, Megan McPherson joined. Welcome, Megan. I believe, are you the Yes God Wellness? I think that's you. Yes, I'm a fan. I get to be fans of people. I told you I like connection. And so some of our ladies are here. So Delanisha's here, and Sherry is here. I think I saw Sandra here. So we have some of our members who are already here. If you're enjoying it, share that inside the chat right now. I think you're enjoying it because you show up to our sessions. And so I'll be quiet now, but can I share the link, EJ? Can I put the banner up?
You can actually scan the QR code.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to go, you can put the link up if you like, Kim, but they could also scan the QR code. It'll take them right to.
Oh, it's not, the banner is not showing. Where is it? There we go. Show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to bit.ly/story and stage, or you can just, because EJ loves technology, you can just scan that code, and that will take you right to the group. Like I said, it's $67 a month, or you can sign up for the year. Come on and make the commitment to an investment in yourself for the year, and let us spend a year together fine-tuning your message and elevating your speaking, elevating your story. And by the way, this leads to books. This leads to your next book. This leads to the nonprofits you want to start. This leads to the YouTube challenge challenges that you want to lead. We train you how to do that, show you how to do that, and love on you as you're building all that. EJ, anything?
Yeah, join us. You get to join us for the live coaching immediately after this. If you join Story and Stage, if you have joined Story and Stage just now, go to the calendar inside of the community, and the link to the Zoom is there for you to join us. Mm-hmm. I'm going to actually share a gift that I made while you were.
Yes.
First of all, before I move on, I want to say thank you, Kim. Like, I got some nuggets. I know people in the comments, they were like, when I said this is fire, it was fire. You were on fire tonight. I learned some new stuff, and I helped you put this thing together. So, and I still learn. So,
well, let's be clear. This was actually your brain. So I want to give power power and presence and
Hey, I was acknowledging you. How you gonna come back? Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
I'm loving on you right now. The audience, you agree with me, right? Put a K in the chat if you think Kim was like on fire tonight. Just put a K. Let's see some K's in the audience in the chat. Just put a K in the chat if you think Kim was on fire, because I think you were brilliant and amazing, and it was excellent. Look at the K's coming in. The K's are coming in.
K.
So there you go.
For Kim, for
Queen, spelled not really the right way, but we'll make it work.
We'll take it. Okay. Green is here. Walter Anderson. Thank you, Walter. Yes. Okay.
So I also posted in the chat that I made something for the group that I want to give as a gift. So I took, like, while we were talking, because we weren't planning to do a workbook. So I'm putting a link right now to a Google Doc that you all can see, and hold on to that Google Doc, because every day I'm going to be updating that with the nuggets from what we share in the main training, and also some additional resources that Kim is just going to graciously give, and I'm probably going to give as well. So please hold on to that. You can access it now if you like. The replays will all be listed there, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like right now. Kim hasn't even seen that. I just made this up while we were sitting here. So while we were, in class, but this is what it looks like. So this is, look, you guys are already here. I see you.
Oh, they're in already. Yes.
So that's a little love note from us. I wrote that on behalf of us. And then if you look here, that's access to Story and Stage. You can click that link. It'll take you right over to Story and Stage. And here are the replays and resources. And I want you to see every day, I'll put a link to the resource, the replay here. I'll add some more resources here. And this is for today. So all those prompts, the wins, the challenges, the growth, the patterns, the lessons, all of that Kim went over today is right here for you. You can draft your story seed. Everything that we covered today is going to be right here for you. And I'll do that for days 2 and 3 as well. So this document will be updating, right? So you can go ahead and make a copy of it for yourself if you want to right now, but just know that tomorrow there's going to be more stuff there. And the next day there'll be more stuff, so you'll have to recopy it again. But I wanted you to see what we got. You never know what you're going to get. It's always going to be some surprises with it.
That's the way you roll. So thank you for reminding me to just stop and receive my celebration and my appreciation. So thank you. And I want to say thank you to you. This was actually your brainstorm. You're like, you want to do something at the end of the year? Like, what are we going to do? Just let me, hold on, I'll be right back. And so you beautifully laid this out and created something that we could both share with the world using all of our gifts. This is just day 1. We've got 2 more days of deliciousness. And one of the things I love about you is you will create things behind the scenes and go, oh, by the way, created a workbook. We didn't discuss a workbook, and yet the workbook is happening. And I know you have a 90-day vision thingy. We mentioned that at the beginning. Okay, he gets excited.
What were you talking about?
The 90-day thing that you're going to show. You want to save that for the last day?
Oh yeah. No, I'll show it. You want me to show? You guys want to see another treat? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I didn't even wait for an answer. I was like, yeah. Okay. So let me see. Where is that?
So Teresa, the link to the Google Doc is in the. Let me see if I can copy and place it. Let me move it. Oh, that's not.
I think she's on LinkedIn, so it might be that LinkedIn is not provide, because I'm putting it in the link. If you're on LinkedIn, we'll come in and post it in LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is not allowing us to post comments right now, and I don't know why that is. But you could either, we'll come post it on that post, but it won't be until we're done here in the next couple minutes.
Right.
So yeah, you wanted me to show one other thing. Let me see if I can find that.
And if you can't, that's okay, because I'm going to make a fresh cup of tea and get ready to jump into Story and Stage. Again, if you'd like to join us for the live coaching, and by the way, $67 per month, but you'll stay for the whole month. You'll come for these 3 days of live coaching, and then you'll stay for an entire month, and you will find that you can consume the classes that EJ showed you that we already have there for you. I think we meet again a couple of times before December is over. So you're going to really get tons of value, tons of clarity, because that's what these 3 days here are about, getting clarity. Okay, when he starts rubbing his hands together, I got to stop talking. Go ahead, show him the thing.
Okay. So here, get this. We want you to get this 90 days. Like, go after the first 90 days of this year with everything you got. Like, really set up the year powerfully. That's why this whole thing happened. That's why we're doing these 3 days. And so I was thinking, I was like, okay, we're in this 3 days, we're going to help people kind of, get the blocks out of the way, set themselves up for the new year, create a plan, a vision for their twin, not a vision board and not goals and resolutions, but really see the vision for their life and then create the goals inside of that. And how do you get somebody to really like stay committed to it? And part of it is having community. That's why Story and Stage is so powerful. It's having that community, the synergistic community of the people. Everybody there is moving in the same direction. The leadership, the guide on the side, Kim and myself supporting you as we're doing the same things in our own lives and what we want to create. And so I was like, what is the one thing I could give or we could give to the community that would really help them like take it to the next level? And so this is what came to mind. I'm going to show this. Let me share my screen. It is called the 90-day vision blueprint. And what it is it's a app, an app I made myself. I coded with me and AI, and it's designed to help you craft the vision, focus on the areas that matter the most to you, create a timeline for your milestones, weekly plans for your tasks and what you should do, develop a habits and rituals. I'm really big on having a spiritual practice. That might not be your jam, but maybe there's something else you want to put into habit. And then have check-ins and coaching. It's AI-powered coaching that has Kim's voice and my voice. So you get to have us kind of AI in the AI version of us coaching you through creating this 90-day plan for you. And then it produces a beautiful plan for you to follow, right? And so here's the beautiful part about this. Here's the beautiful part about creating this stuff is that we get to give it to you for free. And it's going to be available to all of the members of Story and Stage for this 90-day period to be able to utilize it, to take it, have it guide you through the process, have our coaching with you 24/7 whenever you go into it, and still have community and fellowship when you come into the Story and Stage community. So that's what I'm super excited about. Okay.
I wanted to see the smile.
I get real amped about
you do. So that's available to you when you join Story and Stage. It's the place to be. And we're going to be going through this with you because one of the things I want to really shift for 2026 is a constant reminder of celebrating. There's so much chaos going on out there that I think we need to richly remind ourselves of what needs to be celebrated. We're staying on task, giving yourself grace all the time. I can't manage the chaos out there, but I can manage this all up and through here. And that means I get to look at the world through the lensing of someone who is in peace, in grace, in self-compassion, and in community. And sometimes I say community, in community with like-minded, like-souled people. Like-hearted, like-minded people. So Go to bit.ly/story and stage. You can join right now. We'll see you in just a moment. You can also use the QR code that's up on the situation. We're going to do this again tomorrow. What happens tomorrow? We got new slides.
Tomorrow we release and recode.
Listen.
We're going to identify who you are not bringing into 2026. Like the aspects of you that no longer serve what you're here to create, right? Like lack, limitation, feeling not enoughness or not worthiness. All of those things, we're going to leave those behind tomorrow. We're going to release those, recode it so that it's something that serves you moving into 2026.
Nice.
So come ready. Let's get it.
Come ready.
And we already invited you to join coaching with us. So come on and do that too.
Come on and do that too. We have somebody here who must have been part of the Radiant community and the Manifest Me, and you still have the vision board that you created several years ago. I hope that everything came true for you and came through for you. And this is the new version of that right now. So welcome. We're new to this and true to this, aren't we? Is there another slide? Okay.
We're okay.
You've harvested. I love this slide too. These visuals are beautiful. We'll see you on the next session, same time, same place tomorrow. And enough time to heat up my tea and see everybody in Story and Stage in 4 minutes. Thank you all so much. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.